Across the globe we're shining bright, telling stories that feel so right. From every culture, every place, we're building love, we're sharing grace. Oh, we see the beauty in every soul. Together we're stronger, making us whole. Legacy lives in all that we do. Mogul TV, it starts with you. Mogul TV, we're changing the game. One voice, one heart, one name. Streaming hope, shining through. A better world for me and you. Mogul TV, where we belong. Our stories live, our hearts stay strong. Mogul TV, we're changing the game. One voice, one heart, one name. 52 countries, love on display. Breaking boundaries every day. Feel the rhythm.
Good evening and welcome to Meet the Moguls. I am Tamika Chapman, founder of Mogul TV Global Network, and I am excited to have two amazing women join me tonight for Meet the Moguls. Listen, Meet the Moguls is our weekly showcase where I get a chance to speak to all of the amazing show hosts who have partnered with me, who have joined forces with me to spread positivity around the globe. So tonight I am joined by Dr. Bree Charles, host of B3U podcast, and Miss Pat Smith, co-host of B3U podcast. Hello, ladies. How y'all doing tonight?
Doing well.
Hello. We're doing wonderful. How about yourself?
Doing good, doing good. So before we get started, I want to make sure that I tell everybody, if you don't mind, share this out with people you know, like, love, and trust. And then come on and follow Mogul TV Global. There's some good stuff going on over here, right? So let's hop into it. Let's hop into it. Dr. Bree Charles, please introduce yourself. Give us a little bit about who Dr. Bree Charles is.
Well, hello, everyone. I am so excited to be before you today. So I am Dr. Bree Charles, as my beautiful sister Tamika said, and I am the author of The Big Take Back and the host of B3U, which stands for Burn, Break, and Become Unstoppable, and walk in the purpose that God created you to walk in the first place. I'm a U.S. Army retired veteran, a mother of 9, grandmother of 18, and a wife. Okay? And
wow.
That is something up about me.
I just jumped off the boat when you said grandmother of 18, okay?
And
I just jumped off the boat. I jumped out the airplane.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh. But welcome, Dr. Bree. Thank you for joining me tonight. Miss Pat Smith, please introduce yourself.
Hi, how you doing? Hi, my name is Pat Smith. I'm a devoted Army veteran. I'm a woman of deep faith. I'm the mother of 2 and 1 stepchild. So that's a mother of 3. And I have 2 grandkids, a boy and a girl. And I'm a firm believer in Christ. I'm a cybersecurity engineer by trade. I am a person that looks to spread good word. I'm a positive person. I like to be a person that brings positivity into situations. So that's why I accepted when Dr. Bree Charles asked me to partner with her and be her co-host. It's because I believe in the message and the mission of helping people break chains and build legacies.
I love it. I love it. And this is amazing. And this is kind of like a first for me to interview 2 people on the show, right? So this is going to be double the fun, I'm sure. So let's just hop into B3U. Dr. Bree, when you created B3U, Burn, Break, and Become Unstoppable, why?
Well, because I have a story. We all have a story, right? So B3U was created with the intent in mind to help people break cycles and build legacies burn the things of the past, break through what you've been through, and become unstoppable. I feel like my story needed to be shared, needed to be shared so I can empower and help the person that's going through the same struggle as me. And in order to let people know that they can reclaim their voice, they can reclaim their identity, their power, anything that was lost. And I interview or given away. So and on my show, I tend to interview people who have been through certain things, and that way they can share their story. So the platform is for my story and others to share their story, to
Yeah.
empower other people and becoming unstoppable and walk and find a way to walk through that purpose that God created them to walk on.
I love that. And the fact that you named it B3U, burn, break, and become unstoppable. I love the journey of that, right? The journey of burning and breaking and then becoming. Because a
Mhm.
lot of times people try to go from here I am to now I've become.
Right.
Okay, they've gone through nothing, but they want to become what they see instead of going through their own journeys,
That's right.
right?
And if you look at it, it also says be you. If you look at it, just be
Right.
you,
Just be
unapologetically you.
yes, yes, yes. I love that. And Miss Pat Smith, so when we're thinking about the burning and the breaking and the becoming, right? Tell us in your own words, what does B3U mean to you in you from your own life?
So from my own life, I've been through a lot of things. I've Army veteran as well. I came back with some chronic conditions after being deployed to Southwest Asia that I still deal with now. And I've had to burn, break, and become unstoppable through a plethora of things. And I had actually talked to Bree. She called me and I told her, about what I was thinking. And she offered me to be the co host. But to me, when you burn, break, and become unstoppable, you have to grow through the things that you burn. That people think of, like I think of a volcano. A volcano has volcanic ash and things like that, but there are certain things that can still thrive in that burning, right?
Mhm.
So you burn those things, you break them, you break them. That means you just discard of that because what's coming is more beautiful. So you grow through it, you
Right.
know, and then you lead others after you grow through it. You lead others, and then you inspire with what you learned and what you've grown through. So those things are the things that kind of like resonated with me when I think of burn, break, and become unstoppable.
I love that. I love that. And it's something for everybody, right? It's not just one person that can benefit from tuning into the show. Both of you are military veterans. Well, I am too. So this is something nice too. Okay.
Mhm.
But the fact that you have that in common, your women, your wives, your moms, your grandmoms, you have a lot in common. And the mission, the fact that both of you are in tune and in alignment with the mission is the biggest part, right? Especially when it comes to two personalities, two voices, two sets of thoughts and ideas. As long as you are in alignment and having, being on the same roadmap, that's all that matters, right? So as we have as you're going into new seasons of B3U, Dr. Charles, Dr. Bree, okay, as you're going into new seasons, what has been some of the learning points in your life as as the host of B3U? What are some things that you've learned about yourself with your show?
Well, the biggest thing I learned about myself by doing this show is that my past does not define me.
Mhm.
You could, uh, 10 years ago, 15 years, 20 years ago, I would have never thought I would be a talk show host. That wasn't in my scope. And another thing is Dr. Bree Charles. Oh my goodness,
Come through.
that was the furthest thing from my past. I mean, the furthest thing from my mind that me back then would know that I would be right here today. So
Right.
I have learned that my past does not define me, and there is power in the tongue. And when you become honest with yourself and aware of the things that you have been through, that's when you can make that decision to become unstoppable.
I love that. I love that. It's all about becoming unstoppable, y'all. It's
That's
all about becoming unstoppable. But I love the fact that you said your past does not define you,
that's
because I
right.
think a lot of times we're stuck and we stay stuck, and we're
Mhm.
stuck because of something that happened in our past that we can't let go, we can't get past, or somebody we can't get past or let go of, right?
Or who?
So I love the fact that you mentioned that your past does not define you.
Mhm.
So, Pat, since you've come aboard, what has been one of the most impactful conversations you all have had?
Mm.
Oh Lord. uh, that's a hard one because all of them have had some form of
Right?
impact on me. Um, but having conversations with understanding that your story is important.
Yeah.
Because I'm one of those people, I go through things, but I don't really talk about it. A lot of people that are really close to me don't know my entire story of what I've gone through and been through.
Hmm.
Because to me, it was like nobody needs to hear about the bad parts because I'm past the bad parts. I'm thriving through the bad parts, right? But then I had to realize by listening to Bree and listening to other people and just the people that we have on the show that your story is important. You might not think is important, but there's a person out there, there's people out there who are currently going through and they're not thriving and they
Right.
don't know how to thrive through it. So by hearing your story, you can actually help others to thrive just as you are. You reach down and you pull up other people to take them along with you. And if we
Hmm.
all do that, we'll be by the millions,
Yeah.
tens of millions pulling each other up and all thriving.
I love it. I love it. And especially on the sharing your story part, because that was one of the things that was the hardest thing for me to do, was to share my story. And it was a lot of the fear of what if they judge me? What
Mm.
if they decide to talk about me instead of supporting me? The what ifs will drive you insane.
Yes.
But once I got past the what if, with some good help, once I got past the what if, like, it became, okay, I get to speak. I get to speak. I get to share my story.
Mhm.
Absolutely amazing. I'm here for it. Let's go. Right. So now I love to speak. I love to share my story. I love to share my journey, my testimony with others, because I do know, just like you said, it empowers others to do it. It empowers others because you're giving them a blueprint.
Mhm. And it's a sense of
Exactly.
freedom for me. It's a sense of freedom. Once you've hid behind things so long and you listen to people tell you who you are
Right.
instead of realizing who you are, it was a sense of freedom. Like, yes, I just talked about this. For so long I let people tell me who I was and what I looked like. You're ugly. You're ugly. You're this. You're that. And for a long time, I thought I was ugly, But then I would turn and look at my children and that's what I mean when you start becoming aware and recognizing, those traumas or those things that you have been through. Because
Hmm.
I'm looking at my children like, man, y'all so beautiful. Oh my goodness. And they say, Mom, I look just like you. And I'm like, I don't look like that. But I have one, well, I have man, all my girls really they look like me. One looks just like me. One familiarizes me. And I had to think about it. Like, I they do look like, am I that beautiful? And they just look at me
Right.
how the kids are today. Duh. And then I had to realize like I am beautiful. What was I
Right.
looking at? What was I thinking the whole time? The thing is I let other people
Yeah.
decide my define me. I let other
Yeah.
people define me. Other people tell me my worth, make me feel, the worth that I was feeling, which was nothing. I let other people define what I look like until I had to, look at within myself and say, I am beautifully and wonderfully made, darling.
You better speak it. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. I love that. And it sounds like you experienced a burn, break, and become moment.
Yes,
Right?
I had to burn through those things that people told me I was. I had to break the cycle of
Yeah.
staying in my comfort zone and get out. And I
Yeah.
had to learn to become who God created me to be. I
Yeah.
had to do those things. And I have a whole B3U framework to guide and help people get through that.
I love that. I love it. I think we can all identify a burn, break, and become moment in our lives where we've gone through some things, but we've had to break through to become who we were called to be. I know
Okay.
I got about 5,000 of them, like for real. But I love this. I love the fact that one, you are using your own experiences that you are now sharing with others to help them. But not only that, you're bringing people on and talking to them about what they've gone through. Because not everybody goes through the same thing. And even if we do go through the same thing, it's not necessarily the same process for us all, right? And I love the fact that you're allowing others to share their stories because somebody's waiting on them to tell it only the way that they can tell it, right?
Mhm.
So
And
I
you know,
love that.
Tamika, another thing about it's not when I started off, it was all about sharing each other's stories, sharing each other. But we all have a story, right?
Right,
So not only in this season, the big take back season, this season that we're in right now is the big take back. What we are leaving behind, because when one win, we all win, right? So
right.
it's also about telling, not just telling your story, but how did you get through this thing? Show
Hmm.
me the way, because not everyone has the answer to
Right.
how to get through. So we share the story, we tell you how to get through it or how we got through it, and then we provide resources out there that are available to you to help you. That's another thing we do. It's more than just a story on B3U. It's a movement.
I
It is
love
a movement, and that's what I want people to realize. Like, no, B3U ain't just a talk show or podcast. It's a movement.
it.
They
Yeah.
doing some things over there, and you best believe that.
They are doing some things.
We are doing some things. We are creating movements. We are empowering people. We have a live that we do every Tuesday and Thursday at 5. It's 5:30 now. It's
Well, let's
5.
talk about that. Yeah, go ahead on and talk about that. Let us know what
The
is that
empowerment.
all about.
So the empowerment exchange. It's about exchanging power and power. Coming up today, we did what, Pat?
We
Okay.
talked about legacy and the
Legacy.
and
Go
the
ahead, Pat.
fact that people don't understand. They think legacy is property, possessions, things you own, money, finances, but they don't think about legacy as being simple things like love,
Right.
honesty, compassion, empathy. And those are important things as people to leave a legacy of that, because we don't want to leave a legacy of angry, upset people, right?
Right.
Right.
We want to leave a legacy of people that know how to feel, know how to communicate with each other, know how to treat each other,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
Hmm.
And
I
so
love it.
legacy is so much bigger than material stuff and things that what you have is never going to define who you are,
Mm-hmm.
right? So you can buy as many Mercedes, Maybachs, Rolls Royces as you want to. It's not going to make you a better person, and it doesn't make you better than the next person.
You better speak.
When people judge me, I want people to judge me on the content of my character, not on
Yeah.
by what's in my driveway or what I live inside. And that's what legacy is.
I love that. And I love that not only do you have the podcast, but you have this weekly. Now, is it 2 times a week?
2 times a week.
I
Every
love it.
Tuesday and Thursday at 5:30. We want to wait until y'all get off work and or either on your way home if you're just listening. But we are here to empower communities. Today there's so much division that
Mhm.
it's heartbreaking. It's sickening, to be honest. And it's like, okay, how can we empower the next person? Now,
Yeah.
not on look, B3U, we are doing so many things. We have a men's summit that's coming this Saturday. Woo, woo, for the men, right? We have, look at there. Yes, we have the men's summit. What will you leave behind? Okay. And this men's summit that is coming up is strict. Well, it's for the men, but we're going to have breakout rooms for, it's called Partners in Purpose. Okay, so while our men are over there with Mr. Paul Johnson III and Mr. Floyd, Kenya Floyd, they are actually going to learn how to reclaim their voice. Okay, these are two powerful men of God, and they are going to bring the internet to a standstill with the powerful word that they got to teach men from 25 to 65 on how to reclaim your voice, reclaim your power. And then in the Partners in Purpose, when we branch off, the beautiful Miss Barbara Ratliff and Miss Alfreda Boney are going to stop the internet. And we're going to be talking about in that room how we can support the man. How can we help and how can we support the man as he reclaimed his voice, his identity, things that were taken away from him? Okay, we're going to be in that room and say, what does the support look like for them? So I'm excited. B3U is just, we're all over the place, and I am determined. Okay, that as much what empowers me, Tamika, to be honest, is when the more division and hurtful things that I see it just empowers me more to do more good. Like I'm going to overmatch what you're putting out and let people know that yes, you can. Yes, we can. We are not going to win as one. We all have to come together. But where does that start at? Let's lay the bricks to get there together.
Absolutely. I love that. And I'm just I'm gonna give y'all a round of applause because I stand behind exactly what it is that you're doing, right? Especially when it comes to the men, because we don't give as much of support as we normally. I mean, you can pull up 10 times a day on social, you're going to see something for a woman, some kind of empowerment event, some kind of event for this, and some kind of event for that. But it's very seldom that you see men's event unless it's from the church, right?
Right.
Or unless it just happens to be a men's community and they're doing something. But the fact that I would say that Gerard told me, I told him, I said, hey, I need you to do this. And he was just like, okay, put me in, coach, tell me where you want me to be. I said, no, I need you to lead this thing. He says, me, sometimes us men need y'all women to just go on and do the thing and just let us show up and do what we do. I said, you know what? Say less, sir. Say less. Yeah. So I love that you all are taking the reins and you are moving forward because the men need us. They really do need us to push them and to allow them to have the platform to speak, the platform to share.
We have they have to reclaim their voice. And look, men are the head, right? But the woman is like the neck. You can't turn without it. So we have to. I cannot be any more successful if my husband is not running the household. Together as one, we have to work together.
Absolutely.
I have to be that stronghold for him to be able to maneuver and provide. But how do we do that? You see so many things just going on right now in this world, and I keep talking about it. But I look and I say, where are our men at? Where are the men? Why are we in this place?
Yeah.
And men have been robbed for centuries. Okay. Communities of men have been robbed for centuries. Okay. I look at it as women, because we're so strong, like you say, women will throw together a summit, a conference, and a heartbeat and kumbaya and link together and then go back home to a broken home.
Right.
Where are we winning at? We're not winning unless we have that power figure, that provider. That's how we win it. God made Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve, not any of that. You know what I'm saying? So, with that being said, I'm not going home with Pat. Me and Pat just had a good time at our conference. Yeah, girl. And then go home and my marriage all turned upside down.
Right.
And one thing I think that's important for the women to remember is that this is not a conference for the women to take over the men or to tell the men what to do. This is a conference for us to ask the men, what would you have us do for you?
Yes.
How can we be better for you in your relationship, in your life, and the things that you want to do? What is it that you would have me do to better be of service to you or to assist
Yeah.
you in whatever way.
Mhm.
That's
I
right.
love that.
That's for our sons too. You know, our son, how can I help you be
Exactly.
a better man? You know, so I don't want people to just think that, you know,
It's not it's for
it's for
the men in
couples.
our lives.
Yes, it's for the man who God created. You know, it's
Right.
for the man. How can we be of service?
I love this. And so it from what I hear is that you all are offering a burn, break, and become moment for the men as well. Okay. Because it's not just for women, it's for all. So I love the fact that you have created an event. I love the fact that you're moving forward with it. I love the fact that you're serving and that you're offering others to come in and be served, right? Um, let's just share this again because I want to make sure people know to go ahead on and register. The Big Take Back Men Summit, August 22nd. Let me tell y'all, Saturday is an amazing day. It's an absolute fabulous day. Not Sunday, but Saturday is an absolutely amazing day. From 10 to 1 is absolutely an amazing time for y'all to tune in and join the Big Take Back Men Summit. As you see, it is hosted by B3U. B3U, we have the host and co-host here, Dr. Bree Charles and Miss Pat Smith. Now, I just want to ask this question. I know we're coming up on our time, but I just want to ask the question of what can we expect going forward? So you're now in a new season of B3U, right? You're in a new season of B3U and you've had some amazing, impactful conversations so far. What can we expect from B3U going forward for the rest of this season?
Ooh,
Because we want to know, okay?
we can the church say ooh we?
Oh, we. Oh,
Well, so what is coming ahead is I am going to the month of September and October. I am going to be taking you through the chapters of the Big Take Back. So it's called the Big Take Back behind the chapters, right? And I take you through each chapter of my story and giving you those things I left behind, giving you that empowerment and taking you through those chapters and just having a real good conversation. And coming up throughout the holiday season in November and December, I will be we have our guests will be mental health professionals, right? Because during that holiday season time, some of us get the blues, you know? So mental health is real. So
right.
I've asked certain mental health professionals to join me on the platform and give people that empowerment that they need, and also to let people know because mental health has always had a stigmatism, shrinks, and things like that. Like there's someone to fear. They're not. So they're going to come on and be joining us in November and December, giving some good things to the people
Oh,
to
that's good.
empower themselves.
That is really good. That is really good. One of the things, like you said, I'm big on normalizing the conversation of mental health. I'm big on that because that's the reason I created my platform, Energize Her. It was to normalize those conversations for professional Black women because I myself had had to deal with, my own mental wellness and making sure that I take care of myself and not just continue to take care of everybody else and everything else. And so the fact that you all are continuing to push the narrative of mental health is okay. Mental health therapy is great. Go get it. It doesn't mean that you gone woo woo, right? Because
Mhm.
that's been that whole stigma. I don't want people to know that I'm getting help. I don't want people to know that I'm talking to a therapist or a counselor. Well, talk to the therapist or the counselor and let the people know that you're okay. Be okay for
Exactly.
you.
That's
Right. Come on, Pat. What you got
And
to
you
say
can
about
talk to a therapist or a counselor, and you don't have to be in a situation. You could talk to them just to talk through things that's going on in your
Right.
life, to come to a decision. There doesn't have to be anything wrong. You could be perfectly
Right.
fine, but need to talk through things that's going on with you as a stress reliever. So
Mhm.
there's nothing wrong with it. You're not any less of a person, any less of a man or a woman for
Right.
going and seeking help. As a matter of fact, that it takes a strong person to do that.
Yeah, that shows your strength. That there's where your courage and your strength and being brave shows up the greatest when you go and seek the help and get the help that you need when you need it, not after the crash out. Okay. We trying to prevent crash outs. We're trying to prevent all of that.
Definitely.
Okay. So again, thank you, ladies. Thank you for doing all that is that you're doing to bring positivity, to bring healing, to bring awareness to the world. Because again, we're on Mogul TV Global Network, y'all. Y'all are my Mogul TV partners, and we are spreading the word. This is what it's all about. It's not about
Yes.
just going through some things and keeping it to yourself. Let's spread the word. We are all speakers. We know how to speak. We know how to get the word out. We know how to engage with the folks. So let's get the word out and let's spread as much positivity that we can with our own stories, our own journeys, our own testimonials, and our interviews on our platforms. So thank you all for being a part of Meet the Mogul Showcase. So before we get out of here, please, Dr. Bree, tell the people where they can learn more about Dr. Bree Charles and where to find you and connect with you.
Yes, ma'am. Most definitely. You can connect with me through www.b3unstoppable.net. That is where you can find out. We have a newsletter that goes out every week. All my platforms are right there on that one website.
Okay, I love it. And Miss Pat Smith, how can the people find and connect with you?
Excuse me. They can definitely email me at co-host at b3unstoppable.net. And I actually repost everything to my Facebook, which is Pat Smith on Facebook. And I'm also Pat Smith on YouTube.
Okay. Well, I'm putting this in there right now to make sure that the people know how to connect with you. Okay. She said y'all can email me. Okay. Y'all can email me today.
Yes, if you
I
need help, if you want
co-host.
inspiration, we're here for you guys. Definitely.
I love it. I love it. So this has been amazing. Thank y'all for joining me tonight for Meet the Moguls. Thank y'all for being here. Thank you for being on Mogul TV. Thank you for being a partner with me in spreading the word and spreading a good word, and helping to combat all the negativity that they're trying to feed us every single day. Okay. Thank y'all. I appreciate you.
Thank
So we're
We
gonna wrap
appreciate
this up. Say what you say.
I said we appreciate you on your platform.
I
you.
appreciate y'all. Okay, so we're gonna wrap this up with one last word. Okay, one last word, kind of like a fast round. Okay, fast round, fast thing. Um, Bree,
Yes, ma'am.
if there's a woman watching today, she's gone through some things. She'll know exactly what her next step should be. She feels stuck. She feels stagnant. She's dealing with anxiety and stress. What would you tell her the first thing that she should do in 30 seconds?
Girlfriend. Okay. What I would say is, sis, first, I would tell you to be have awareness on why these things are happening to you. Awareness brings that you have to recognize whatever it is you're going through. Think about, why am I in this space? Why am I in this space? And then once you recognize that you're in that space, question it. Question it. Like, what can I do better to get out of this circular realm of pain, of trauma, of a struggle that I'm in?
Right.
And once you recognize it, question it, the next thing you should be doing is breaking it. And how should you break it? You break it by having an honest conversation and being honest with yourself and seeking some help. We all don't have the answers to the question of how do we get out of this situation. That's why I push mental health is the key to. You got to make that decision, though. Everything starts with a decision. And I constantly say it's a decision that has gotten me out of things that I was in. Because if I didn't make that decision, I would still be stuck. So make the decision that you want more, that you want better for yourself.
Yeah.
Don't think to yourself in your head, because that's when it gets all confused. Talk to yourself out loud. Let your voice be heard. Start talking out loud to yourself, like, what? God, help me. Well, I need to get out of this. I cannot deal with this no more, and make that decision to find and seek that help that you need.
I love that. I love that. find and seek the help that you need. All right, Miss Pat, it's your turn. Let's see if you can
So
think of 30 seconds.
the first thing I would say is you are enough. No matter what others had told you, turn off the noise and know that you are enough. You are more than enough. Next, I would say pray about it. Talk to God about it. He's the best person in the world to talk to about it. Lay whatever it is at his feet and don't pick it up because it's not for you to carry. It's for him to carry and him alone. And then move forward. Make a plan. Look up resources. Reach out to people. And like Bree say, make the decision that you are enough and you're going to move forward and fight for it through anything because you're resilient, you're loved, and you're beautiful.
Amen. Y'all better come through. So this has been good. Again, thank you all for joining me tonight. I appreciate your time. I appreciate your smiles and your knowledge, your expertise. I appreciate the conversation. So again, make sure you all check out B3U podcast. Hold on, let me pull it up here. B3U podcast. Hold on, where'd it go? I think it's in the wrong spot, y'all.
It's in the wrong spot.
It's okay. It's okay. But check out B3U podcast with Dr. Bree Charles, as well as Pat Smith. And we are Mondays at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, 5 p.m. On the Mountain Standard Time. And if you just happen to be on the Pacific Standard Time, that's going to hit you at 4 p.m. So make sure you all tune in. Join the conversation, be a part of the conversation, give feedback and connect with the ladies, connect with them on, their socials, listen, I'm just going to say this again. Pat told us to email her, y'all. Okay. Pat said, y'all can email me at co-host@b3unstoppable.net. And I love it. So make sure you all connect with Dr. Bree Charles and Pat Smith at Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, wherever they are, connect with them. And thank you all. You all have an amazing evening. And make sure you tune in. Actually, tomorrow, we have another Meet the Moguls live showcase tomorrow. And I'm just excited to just bring y'all on and just introduce y'all to my peoples. But y'all have a good night.
You have a good night as well.
Across the globe we're shining bright, telling stories that feel so right. From every culture, every place, we're building love, we're sharing grace. Oh, we see the beauty in every soul. Together we're stronger, making us whole. Legacy lives in all that we do. Mogul TV, it starts with you. Mogul TV, we're changing the game. One voice, one heart, one name. Streaming hope, shining through. A better world for me and you. Mogul TV, where we belong. Our stories live, our hearts stay strong. Mogul TV, we're changing the game. One voice, one heart, one name. 52 countries, love on display. Breaking boundaries every day. Feel the rhythm.